Hi guys, welcome to my first ever YouTube channel. My name is Zainab, and my YouTube channel name is Blessed by Z. So if you guys are more comfortable with calling me Z, that is great. Yes, so this is like a sunset eye, as you can see. So yes, I will try to be as informative as possible, and hopefully you will enjoy this video. So first off, I'm gonna start off with doing my face. So I'm gonna start off with the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. There we go, it's focusing now. And I'm just gonna apply this in my T-zone area. And then I'm gonna take the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be taking the Fenty Beauty by Rihanna in the shade 300, and this is the Pro Filter Matte Foundation, the soft matte foundation. And then I'm gonna take the Too Faced Born This Way foundation and Natural Beige. I'm gonna mix both of them. This one gives a little bit of a matte finish, whereas this one is a little bit more dewy, so they kind of give the perfect combination. It's not necessary that you guys like mix foundations or anything like that. You can just use one, but I just prefer doing two. Gonna apply this straight to the skin, and I'm taking the Real Techniques beauty sponge. This is like one of my favorites. I do like the beauty blender, but this one is really good because this one's a little bit bigger than the other one. So I did wet this already, and I squeezed all the water, so it's not like there's no water coming out of it. So now I'm just gonna blend all my foundation together. See, like you can tell, it kind of gives like a really like full coverage. And I also like to bring it down my neck area, like right here, so that it doesn't look like I have two different shades. So I'm just gonna do it this way so that it looks like one. So now I feel like I need a little bit more coverage on this side right here. So what I'm gonna do is just straight on the sponge, I'm just gonna add a little bit more foundation, and then I'm going to just blend it out. So now I'm getting the coverage that I like. It's all blended out perfectly. Brought it down my neck. Looks good. I know I look a little crazy. I don't have any concealer on. Okay, so the next step is concealer. I'm going to take the Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer. Sure, you can focus. There we go. In the shade Nude. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this and I'm just gonna apply this. I'm gonna do it this way so you guys can see. Right underneath this way. And you can apply as much as you like. If you like a full coverage, then be my guest and apply as much as you like. But if you don't like a full coverage, you don't necessarily need it. As you can see, I have very bad dark circles under my eyes, so the more coverage for me, the better. And I promise this is not lack of sleep. It's just a hereditary thing. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the same beauty blender that I used on my face with the foundation and just blend out the concealer. I think I need to add just a little bit more on this side. Okay, so now I'm just going to take that same beauty sponge and just blend, blend, blend. Honestly, makeup is all about blending. Okay, before I set, I'm just gonna blend out all of this one more time so we don't have any creases, so while I'm setting it's not gonna set the creases. Okay, so what I'm gonna be setting with is the MAC Studio Fix under my eye in the number, I don't know if you can see that, in NW20. And then for the rest of my face, I'm going to be using the same powder, the MAC Studio Fix, in the color NW35. There we go. We like to focus, don't we? Okay. And next I'm going to take the NW35 and the Studio Fix, the powder. And again, I'm just gonna take another like fluffy brush. And I don't like to mix those two brushes because the other one is a little bit more lighter than this color. And I'm just gonna buff that in. Tap it onto the forehead so my forehead doesn't get shiny. I'm just gonna kind of blend these two shades in a little bit. Put it on my nose, just like that. So next step I'm gonna be doing is contour, well, like bronzing, blush and highlight. And my favorite bronzer right now is the Anastasia, it won't focus, hello, there we go, the Anastasia Beverly Hills the powder bronzer, and I'm in the shade Saddle. I like to bring it just a little bit on my forehead like that as well. So you can see you look a little bit more sun-kissed. We're going to put on some blush. And the blush that I'm going to be using is Peaches and MAC. It is the Sheertone blush. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a angled brush like this. What you're gonna do is you don't ever wanna swipe the blush on. You always wanna tap it on and just kind of build it up that way. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be using two different kind of highlighters. Also, because I love to glow, it's just always been a preference of mine. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna use two of them. So this one is, oh, can we focus? This one is from MAC and it is in Oh Darling. Right on top of it, I like to use the Jaclyn Hill loose powder, the loose highlighter in the shade, if it wants to focus I can show you, in the shade Balm. And I'm gonna be taking this brush from Real Techniques. It's in the number 402. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the Jaclyn Hill highlighter, hit the high cheeks to give it a little bit more of a glow, just like that. That was amazing. It's like the highlight gods can see me from outer space. And then I'm gonna do that on the other side as well. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be doing my eyebrows. So what I'll do is I'll zoom you guys in. Just, I'm gonna be taking the Anastasia, no, doesn't want to focus. The Anastasia Brow Wiz in a dark brown. like that. Well, look at the difference between this one and this one. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to clean up my brows using concealer. Then I'm gonna set my brow hair with the, the whole thing just wiped off. It's the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Gel, the clear brow gel. I love this stuff. It doesn't even make your eyebrows move like the slightest bit. It is so good. And I like to flick my brow hairs upwards. Now that's all that, since that's all done, we can start with the eyeshadow. And the palette that I'm going to be using is the Morphe James Charles palette. So the first shade I'm going to be using is this one right here, and it's a little bit of a transition shade, so that I'm going to use in my crease area. And I think the shade is called Code James. And honestly, eyeshadow is all about blending. If your shadow is blended, it will look amazing. Now the next shade that I'm going to be using is called 10% Off, and it looks like this one right here. Like so. See, this is a little bit more darker than this side. The next shade I'm going to use is this light purple shade right here. I'm going to take the Morphe brush and the number JH32. And actually what I'm going to do is the shade right on top of it, this one right here, I'm going to mix those two together. And that one is called Love That. And then I'm going to take the same brush again, the M.A.C 224 brush, and I'm just going to blend this. Okay, I'm going to take the M456 brush, and I'm going to take the color Escape, and it's a dark purple shade. So it looks like this. I'm packing this on the outer corner of my eye, just like that. I'm going to tap more to make it darker. And then I'm gonna take that same exact brush and just blend. And I like to bring out my eyeshadow just a little bit. And I'm just gonna take that same brush that I'm using to pack that on and blend this into the crease. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take where we have that blank space, I'm going to take the shade Artistry, which is this like glittery purple iridescent shade right there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the brush by Morphe M456, the same tapered blending brush with the purple on it, and I'm just gonna blend these two shades in together. So the bottom lash line. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that same brush again, the M.A.C 224 brush, and I'm just gonna pack on, I believe it is Code James and 10% Off. I'm just gonna mix those two together. And I'm just gonna do it this way. I just look straight into the mirror and it just kind of helps that way. Then I'm gonna take the JH32 brush and I'm gonna take that light purple and that like reddish purple color that I did in the crease again before I did the dark purple. And I'm just gonna pat that under the brow. So you're basically doing everything you did on the top eye, top part of your eye to the bottom part of your eye. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the M456 brush, and I'm gonna take that dark purple and put it at the tip of the brush instead. Tap off the excess, and I'm gonna just put this on the outer corner of the bottom lash line. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the JH39 brush, and I'm gonna just hit the inner corner of my eye. Now on to lashes, my favorite part. I think I'm going to use the Flutter lashes in this Intoxicating. And I'm just using the Duo lash glue. This one it comes with a brush, so it is a little bit easier to apply. Okay, so you don't ever want to just go straight in with your lashes because the glue is still wet, so it could slide around easily. So what I like to do is, and what the best thing for anyone to do is to just let the glue dry down a little bit. And in the meantime, I'm going to put on some mascara, and I have been loving this. I think this is L'Oreal. It's the Voluminous. If you want to focus, that would be great. It is the Voluminous Lash Paradise. And the way I like to apply my lashes is with a tweezer. Look down so that way they just kind of lay flat on. Okay. How about we don't come off? Just lay flat on the thing, on your lash line. And then I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna put it on the, and I'm gonna lay it flat down on the outer corner. And then the inner corner, and then we're just gonna let the glue dry a little bit. But as you can tell, the difference lashes make, it is insane. And then I'm just gonna do the same thing on the other eye, and I'm just gonna take the same mascara and I'm going to put that on the bottom lashes. And now all we're gonna do is apply some lipstick, and I'm gonna be using the M.A.C lipstick in Faux. It is a satin, and I love this color. And then I'm gonna take the M.A.C Cream Sheen Glass and Partial to Pink. That is the finished look, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video on how to get the sunset looked eye. I had a great time filming my first video. This was great, and I hope that you guys will subscribe, comment, like, and continue to keep watching my videos. But yeah, so this is the final look.